Hello guys, leo tena tumerudi tuko hapa Moi University main campus and we want to do some analysis kuhusu politics about the presidential race na pia the ongoing primaries ya Kenya Kwanza and also the ongoing primaries Azimio, ODM and the rest. So welcome. I have a friend of mine here. Wacha introduce then tuanze. You can tell us your name.
Okay, here I'm Robert Guy. I'm a university student, School of Arts, taking political science and administration.
Okay, asa karibu sana. Alafu we can start to direct and you tell us kuhusu about the ongoing primaries. Do you feel like parties like now or the coalition, the Kenya Kwanza coalition and the Azimio coalition they're doing their primaries well, or you feel some people are favored and given direct tickets in a tamper na the strength of the party in some areas?
Okay, I want to start with the ODM. I'll talk about the Homa Bay, that maybe our incoming president, Mr. Raila Odinga, yes. Maybe went ahead and just gave Wanga direct ticket without considering other maybe members that already been there. If you look at one of the member that were going for the governor, that is Kidero, was now complaining, and even people are going outside the street to maybe make some points about the issue. But I think we were going to talk about maybe the women. But I think if it is about women, they could have sit down and maybe do the consensus to know who is the best in that. So I think according to the primaries that maybe they are going on, I think somehow on the other side it is not good to everybody. But I think at the end of it all, we'll see and sit down and see maybe 1, 2, 3 on how it will be good to every one of us that will contest to the same seats that maybe they are going for.
Okay, do you feel like, okay, me personally I feel before settling down on maybe Gladys Wanga, they did some statistics whereby they showed that Gladys Wanga was more preferred candidate venye watu walikuwa wamesema, or you feel mostly they chose Gladys Wanga because she's a strong member of ODM, or do you feel like which statistics do you feel they used, or because of maybe women given first chances in political line?
Okay, if you look at Gladys Wanga have been maybe a strong member of ODM.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to lie to the people of Homa Bay, Wanga was not just as strong, because if you look at Magwanga was very far away from Gladys, but the ODM just went and chose the Gladys Wanga to maybe represent the people of Homa Bay for the seat. So I think if we want to talk about it again, I think on the other side we can say that Raila have just decided to give the women to represent, but according to the statistics that was there, I think Magwanga and maybe our governor Kidero, the former governor of Nairobi, have maybe defeated if they could be allowed to go into the ballot, my man.
Okay, Kidero came out and he said that he's going independent candidate. Yeah. And some people were saying like now Kidero should consult with Obado, because Obado also went with another party in an ODM stronghold and won. Do you feel like Kidero can battle it out strongly with Gladys Wanga and win the elections, or do you feel like Gladys Wanga is likely to win the gubernatorial race?
Okay, my brother, it is now going to be tough, because if you look at Obado, at that particular time, Obado was just there since, and he have been helping the people of maybe Migori since he was there in maybe the sugar company Awendo, and maybe everywhere, even though he was a teacher. But if you look at Kidero was from Nairobi the other day, and if you look at intact that you have with people, maybe we can say that it is very not such as the Obado. And if you look at maybe Sai, the Nyanza people want Baba to be the president, because this is the last time that maybe we are going to vie for the presidency. Raila is going to vie for the president. So I think the people of Nyanza are not going to let that one go, and they will just, the way the woman was, the Wanga was given the direct care, I think most of them we are going to leave it, and we are going to see maybe at the end of it all, Gladys is going to take it and Kidero will go home, just because Baba just decided to give the direct ticket to Gladys.
Okay. Yeah. Now, as we finish about the ongoing primaries of between Azimio and also Kenya Kwanza, we saw some governors, some former governors like Mike Sonko, they came back to politics again, like Waititu, but these governors were impeached from their county assemblies, like they were considered as corrupt leaders. What is your point? Like, do you feel satisfied if these two governors come back to politics and vie for those seats?
Okay, to my view about the Mike Sonko and Waititu, I think Kenya, we have to change, because you have shown whereby the incompetent leaders are being given to lead the people. And at the end of it all, they cannot even plan. Like if you look at the Nairobi, when maybe Mike Sonko was given the seat was stolen, and it was not given. Nobody, maybe to say that just a few people decided to vote for him because of maybe the money and maybe the corruption that went through maybe the collision between the Jubilee and the Ruto's party. And if you look at maybe the Omabay, the Nairobi, nothing went on, and everything messed in Nairobi. And you saw that even the president went back to the drawing board just to bring the Mohammed Badi to come and maybe rescue Nairobi. So I think such incompetent leaders should be thrown away in the deep, maybe dustbin, so that they cannot even come back near to lead the Kenyans. We want a leadership whereby you can be sure with who is going to lead you at the end of it all. If you look at the Nairobi is the capital city of Kenya. Yeah. So if you don't have somebody who can lead maybe Nairobi well, we think the whole country will mess, because even our visitors, there is where they arrive there first before they move to any part of the country. So if they find that Nairobi is not just somehow, then they will just blame the whole of our country.
Okay, thank you. Then as we go to our main segment about the politics of Kenya, between the presidential race, and you say that this is the last stop for Raila's in presidential seat. Now, in your own opinion, which side do you feel it is very strong now to win the presidential race?
Okay, I will start with just telling you about maybe how we are going to analyze about maybe the former provincial places. Let's start with maybe the western part of it. If you look at western part of it, we have Kalonzo, the man. He have been the deputy president of Kibaki, and the man will bring a lot of votes from the western.
From the Nini.
The Kamba side. Yeah. Again, if you look at the central, the sitting president is there. He will make sure that he hunt a lot of votes for Baba, something that maybe we are happy with. If you go to Nyanza will, all of them will vote Baba. If you go to Western, the Western have been giving Baba their votes, and they have been told with their leaders that this is going to be the last chance for Baba. So I think on that day they will come, and maybe they will come out and maybe give Baba all the votes, maybe to 95% of the votes that are in Western. If just we take just some few maybe former regions that maybe I've mentioned, you have seen that maybe the UDA part have gone down, and maybe they will find a lot, maybe very few votes in there. If you look at maybe the stronghold of only the UDA have is just the Rift Valley, something that they maybe have some 35% of Kenya voters. So if you look at the Kenya Kwanza, those people are going home and they will not even come back again in the ballot after maybe 2022 election.
Yeah, but okay, if you see like William Samoei Ruto, he is a very young politician, a very young leader. Do you feel like if maybe he's discouraged now, like maybe if he fails come 9th of August, do you feel will he have the chance of going back to the ballot in 2027, or maybe you feel like it will be his last stab in presidential race?
Okay, I have a lot of views about the William Ruto. If you look at the president said that William Ruto can be the president, but if he changed the way of doing things. If you look at maybe the corruption that maybe we are crying in Kenya, is maybe a lot of it is maybe connected to the William Ruto. So I think he will come back to to vie after that election, but if he change, he will be given to lead the Kenyans. We cannot say that he will go home for G, because even Raila have been trying since 1994 up to now. The man is still in the ballot, so he will insist. But if he does not change, the man will not give any chance to lead the country, because he wants this country to change. Because if you look at maybe, let's talk of the Mexico after the World War, they come up and maybe be the strongest nation possible. But as Kenya, we have a lot of the resources, but these resources are being just taken with few leaders that are very thirsty for power and maybe for wealth that cannot help us. So as a Kenya, cannot because Ruto is a Kenyan, he will just come and vie. But if he doesn't change the way of doing things, he will never win the president of this country.
Okay, thank you. Our last question is about now the running mates. The Kenya Kwanza coalition and also the Azimio have the biggest headache of choosing the running mate. In your own analysis and maybe your prediction and what you feel is good for the Azimio and also the Kenya Kwanza coalition, who is the most likely candidate to win the running mate position for Azimio coalition?
Okay, if I look at the politics of how it is going, I think I prefer our Kalonzo to be the president, the vice president of Raila Odinga.
Yes.
You have seen when the Kalonzo worked with Kibaki, they worked very well, and the country was at par, and maybe the corruption things were very down, and we are at that particular time you find that maybe Kibaki come with the maybe the free education, whereby they pump a lot of money to that sector, whereby our children could now go to school without even paying anything, given books, and maybe doing a lot of some few projects that were there. So I think Kalonzo can. I heard that Martha was saying the other day that the women in maybe in the Azimio was saying that Martha is the best preferred candidate, but as Sai we want to make the Kenya to be the best. So the person that I prefer to be the next deputy president of this country should be Kalonzo Musyoka.
Okay, in regards to Azimio coalition, also the running mate, Jubilee wanted like Mount Kenya. Mount Kenya is a very hotly contested area, and maybe the Jubilee and also the Kikuyu want somebody to represent them. Now the running mate to come from Mount Kenya area so that they can gather more seats. Do you feel Raila should consider that one while considering a running mate position?
Okay, in Mount Kenya, we have already have the president.
Yeah.
Maybe the sitting president and the father of the sitting president, that is Jomo Kenyatta. I think by now the seats should circulate, whereby if the presidency is coming from Nyanza, let's give the Kalonzo to lead, because we cannot lead the country from one region. I think the Mount Kenya region now, they should look onto this perspective in whereby we want to make Kenya to be somewhere. We should not make it to be a regional politics whereby we can choose from a particular region so that we can feel that we are involved in the government. So I think the Azimio La Moja, it's made of Baba, Raila Odinga, the president, and maybe the Kalonzo and some other people, that the principles that are there. So I think if they just want this country to go well, let them try the other person so that they can be presented through the president, the outgoing the president, that is the Uhuru Kenyatta.
Okay. So guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for your time for the analysis, and we look forward to have more analysis with you. My viewers, it's only some few days. Tuone who will be the running mate position for both the Azimio coalition, also the Kenya Kwanza, and let us meet in our next episode so that we can do another analysis on the current Kenyan affairs politics. Asanteni sana.